It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the Baierl Toyota Ice Complex here in Warrendale, inside the Galaxy Rink for the nightcap of our PIHL Hockey Night Live doubleheader on TenbandTV, presented by Steel City Spine. From the North Shore to the North Hills, it's a color rush night in Pittsburgh as the Peters Township Indians in red, coached by Chris Claxon, take on Justin Glock's North Allegheny Tigers in their Pittsburgh gold and black threads. Earlier tonight, you saw Seneca Valley and Pine Richland, the last two teams in PIHL's 3A classification to win Penguins Cup championships. Now we get a look at the prior two Penguins Cup champions in Class 3A. The Peters Township Indians went back-to-back in 22 and 23 under Rick Tingle. The North Allegheny Tigers technically went back-to-back in 19 and 21, skipping the COVID year under Mike Bagnotto. And both these schools have ties to Baldwin. Recently, you've seen Baldwin basketball on TenbandTV. Well, both these teams have ties to Baldwin hockey. Anthony Herman, the Peters Township goaltender, transferring from Baldwin after his sophomore season. Glock, we mentioned, the new North Allegheny head coach, taking over the varsity team after spending a decade as Baldwin's coach and leading that program to its first championship since 1988. The Tigers recently snapping a 5-game skid with a 4-0 shutout victory over Central Catholic last Monday night. The Indians coming off a 3-1 win, a gritty one at that, over South Hill's rival Mount Lebanon on Thursday night. NA with 20 points, good for third place in the 11-team Class 3A circuit. Peters Township, 25 points, good for second in Class 3A as they try to keep pace with Seneca Valley after the Raiders' dramatic comeback victory tonight. The Indians have been getting a lot of production from their underclassmen. Shea LaMagna, the sophomore forward, with 9 goals to lead Peters Township coming into Week 12. LaMagna, tied for 5th in AAA in goals, scored his first varsity goal a little over a year ago against the Tigers, actually, at Prinscape Arena. The last time these teams met on Prinscape ice, however, it was NA that was victorious, 6-1, back on October 28th. LaMagna, number 9 in red, warms up off to our right. Warming up off to our left, somewhere in the mix, is the alternate captain, number 56, Joey Mitchell. And Mitchell leads the Tigers, who continue to provide offense by committee. 5 goals and 13 points for Mitchell on the season. He's got points in 4 of his last 5 overall. He registered a point in that big NA victory in the team's last meeting in late October. And Mitchell is part of a new leadership group for first-year head coach Justin Glock that has really stepped up in a big way. Again, North Allegheny was in a skid, but they still earned points in a number of those games despite losing 4 of those games consecutively by 1 goal apiece. NA with points in 3 straight and 4 of their last 5. And the goaltending question becomes an interesting one because Chris Costa, North Allegheny's exciting sophomore, the PIHL Class 3A Player of the Month for the month of October, shut down Peters Township in the last meeting between these clubs, but it was number 41, Drew Pompa, the varsity newcomer and senior, who was the first to jump onto the ice out of the tunnel here at the Baierl Complex for NA. Pompa, coming off his varsity debut last Monday, pitching a 20-save shutout. How do you like that for a first impression? This is a guy who went from being a skater at one point in the preseason, scoring a couple goals in the process, I might add, to being between the pipes. At the other end, we expect Herman the Jr. to get the nod once again. He's won 7 games. That's the second most individually among goalies in Class 3A. Always entertaining when these two clubs collide. Again, they've been 2 of the more successful teams from a postseason standpoint in the past decade in PIHL Class 3A. They've met in the postseason on a number of occasions as well, including the Penguins Cup final. And even though they are not geographically close, they are very familiar with one another, these two programs. And Familiarity, as the old saying goes, breeds contempt. So we should be in for another exciting Class 3A rivalry game to cap off this Monday night.
Gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Baierl Toyota Ice Complex. Tonight, the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League presents a varsity Class AAA game. Introducing the away team, wearing red and black, the Township Indians. And introducing our home team, wearing black and yellow, let's hear it for your North Allegheny Tigers. And now to honor America and those who have served her. Please direct your attention towards the flag for the playing of our national anthem.
Thank you, Dave Fryer. And indeed it will be. Drew Pompa in goal for North Allegheny tonight. Chris Costa not available. At the other end, Anthony Herman, as previously presumed, getting another start for the Peters Township Indians. Herman coming off a 17-save victory over the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Peters Township winning 4 of its last 5. And it was a rough first season for Chris Claxon as head coach, taking over for the retired Rick Tingle. But in the middle of last season, the Indians started to come together a little bit. And ever since the midpoint of last season, they've started to look more and more like the Peters Township club we're used to seeing, and even more so this season. Peters Township, approaching the holiday break, has had a very strong first half, and no matter how this one turns out, they'll go into the holidays within hailing distance of state champion Seneca Valley, with still half a season to go for that top spot in Class 3A. The Tigers at home trying to climb a little closer as they win the opening faceoff and move this puck from left to right on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin. Eric Schleiper playing it up the far boards before it's sent right back in by Nick Pasquale. Schleiper from behind the Indians' goal one more time. Pasquale pressured from behind by Blake Avancic as the Indians do not quite ice this puck. Leon Diamond, varsity newcomer, playing it for the Tigers. Anthony Lucas slides it inside the Indians' line as NA goes for a quick change. Diamond up the near side. Schleiper playing it a bit uncomfortably in front of his own goaltender again, but does recover. Jake Lawadi, one of the top scorers in Class 3A, across the line for the Indians, and he gets blasted by Kyle Eam. Now retaliating is Ross, and Ross took a penalty. Dom Yossi, the freshman, is going to feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free. A cross-checking call just over a minute in, and the first penny power play of Game 2 here tonight belongs to the North Allegheny Tigers. 38th penalty drawn by NA. 38th power play, I should say. Third most unofficially in Class 3A coming into Monday night. Power play just 16.2%, good for 9th in the 11-team 3A circuit. Peters Township second on the penalty kill at 83.3%, and they got a gorgeous shorthanded goal during a penalty kill by Che LaMagna last week against Lebo, with the Blue Devils pushing for an equalizer late. And A to the PP. Mitchell firing off a body. Tigers get the rebound. Mitchell again from that right circle. It's blocked. And from the sea of sticks, that puck comes back to center for Costa. Alex Costa, the senior defenseman and alternate captain, weaving his way around Dan Kovac to bring this puck over the line for NA. Costa early in a scoreless game. Off the side of the net, it comes out to Mitchell. His shot is blocked. Good gap there by Angelo Maeda. Ed Shearer on goal. Shearer coming off a 2-goal effort in the last meeting between these clubs. Had 2 assists in that shutout win over Central last week. And now we get a stoppage with 2:11 off the first period clock and 50 to go on the minor penalty on Yossi. The net dislodged behind Anthony Herman. Herman 7-2-1, 218 goals against average, which ranks third, and a 918 save percentage, which ranks second. Herman's last 5 starts, specifically a 141 GAA, 949 on the save percentage. He has been lights out for PT. Luke Dorenzo retreating. Pasquale trying to help out. Mateo Hardobi pressing shorthanded as the Tigers bring it up to center for Lucas. Lucas skating wide with under half a minute to go in the Tiger power play. And the Indians will Murphy dump this puck back into North Allegheny ice. Hardobi doing the honors. Time for one last rush, provided the Tigers hurry, and it looks like Cole Meyer is going to do just that. Meyer pulls up at the hash mark. Back to Pasquale. Meyer from the far boards to Pasquale. Pasquale near side. Lucas fires, and Herman gloves it as Yossi comes out of the sin bin. Wholesale changes by both coaches before this face-off in Indians ice. Herman facing the Tigers for the first time as a Peters Township netminder. It was Jordan Cox making just his second varsity appearance, taking the loss the last time these teams collided. And the teams are back to 5-a-side as Cedric Odie plays this puck inside the Peters Township line. Zach Manili getting it deep for the Indians. Adam Bradley forced to retreat deep in his own zone, and back up to center it'll come. Eam over the line, trailed by Mitchell. Mitchell playing that puck between the circles. Costa reaching to keep it inside the zone, and Anthony Herman will snatch that one out of midair. And through the sea of humanity, the puck squirts free beyond the purview of Pasquale. From the corner, Maeda turned it over to Diamond. Diamond stood up by Ben Barrett. Maeda interrupted just shy of his own blue line by Brady Horniak. Barrett at center for the Indians, knocked down by Diamond as he got rid of that puck. Pasquale from his own extended goal line up to center for the Tigers, who were 3 men strong. Sent behind the net by Cian Gallagher. Turned over to Pasquale. Maeda from center red over the attacking line, just wide of goal. And that came in a bit awkwardly on Pampa, the novice netminder. Maeda goes upstairs and misses. Carter Manili to the rebound, to the point. Back to Manili. Over to Maeda. Maeda tees it up. It's blocked. Lucas got right up in Maeda's grill, and now Gallagher will gain center ed and get rid of that puck as the Tigers go for a change on the fly. Backhanded pass attempted by Lucas. Too many red shirts in the way. Noah Joyce, the junior blue liner from his own stripe. He and the Tigers icing this puck. 5:30 into a scoreless first period. Peters Township playing 3 of their next 4 away from Princecap Arena, including this one. NA, in contrast, playing their second of 3 in a row here at the Baierl Complex. Retreating for this puck is Bradley for the Tigers, playing it beyond the reach of Yossi. Costa just able to get it up to center. Odie over the line. Odie firing wide of Herman, looking to his left. Dowden reverses the play, but turns it over in the process. It's loose for Mitchell. Mitchell trying to settle it down and ram it in one motion, but Anthony Herman had other plans. Now, from those first couple seasons at Baldwin, Herman was used to playing under duress, and he was able to track that bouncing puck under duress to force the face-off. To center for Costa. Mitchell from the officials' crease, off a Peters Township body, and back inside Tiger territory it'll come. Holleran off the turnover, unable to advance that puck toward goal. Bradley taking over for NA. Adam Bradley at center. Holleran getting in the way of the dump in. Odie trying to keep that puck in action, but it goes into the Peters Township bench. Tigers play it from center. Horniak gets it to the corner. Dorenzo from behind the Indians' goal to the opposite corner now for Gallagher. Ronan Gallagher scored his first varsity goal in this building back on the 6th of October against that Blue Devil team that the Indians just beat. Herman kicking that puck aside with under 10 to go in a scoreless first. Gallagher again from the corner. Tigers in tight, and Herman has it. NA with 7 of the game's first 8 shots, but nothing to show for it just yet, and number 74 in red has had something to say about that. Off the draw, Lucas fires right off the left leg of Herman, the Indians netminder. Peters captain Dan Kovac getting that puck back to center. Schaub shoving one of the Tigers right into the Peters Township bench. That was Lucas. Fortunately, no worse for the wear. That could have been a penalty there if he had hit Lucas and just a couple inches in another direction. That could have been a cross-checking call, if not more. And as it is, it's a face-off inside Peters Township territory as Herman is forced to freeze the puck again. Odie against Carter Mernili. Peters wins the face-off around the boards for Hardoby. From the point, It dribbles on goal, and Herman off balance kicks that leg out to his right to stop that puck from dribbling over the line, and unintentionally kicked the net off too. So we'll face it off to Herman's right this time. From the corner, Cam Caruso. Hard hit by Manili on one of the Tigers, off to our extreme right. Indians bring it up to center. Mateo Hardobi gets this puck deep for Peters Township. Midway through a scoreless first period. Peters Township and North Allegheny concluding their regular season series tonight, as week 12 of the PIHL regular campaign has begun. Puck off a North Allegheny glove, out of action. How do you watch PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV? Well, right now you could be watching on Watch. Yes, you heard that correctly. Log on to watch.tenband.tv and watch multiple live games and on-demand replays all at once on our new platform. Again, that's watch.tenband.tv to watch your PIHL team the way the hockey gods intended. Ed Shearer up the right wing. Lost an edge, lost the puck. Indians counterattacking. Dowden over the line, and Tommy Dowden fires off the glove hand of goaltender Pompa. A couple of players from both teams go down inside Pompa's crease. LaMagna with it. LaMagna cross ice. Schleiper, Pompa the save, rebound, score! Captain's gotta teach stuff, and it's Kovac. No, that's Dom Yossi, 19, not 16. Smashing in the rebound with Pompa out of position, and the freshman who scored his first career goal in this building just a couple of months ago has two now. And Peters Township has a 1-0 lead with under 8 minutes remaining in the first. They weather the early storm, which included a PK. Herman makes some big saves, and the Indians draw first blood. And Yossi redeems himself for that early penalty. And officially, it's Yossi from Schleiper and LaMagna. So LaMagna with 18 points now. And he and Jake Luwadi now tied officially for the team lead in that category. Both players, LaMagna and Luwadi, among the top 5, tied for the top 5 spot in points in the 3A classification at the moment as we get a whistle. And another stoppage with the net behind Pompa dislodged. We saw Brendan Monco back out on the ice for the first time tonight for Chris Claxon. Monco back in the lineup for Peters Township, the alternate captain after missing last Thursday's Indian victory. It's so big for the Indians to get some of these players back from full sports commitments and other hockey obligations, including 23, Holleran, who nearly tips that one in as we get another stoppage suddenly. Holleran with 4 points since his return, November 25th. Monco, we mentioned him a moment ago, 6 points so far for him in his first full varsity season. Manili, cross ice for Best. Lucas Best, who made his varsity debut in the last meeting between these teams, watches Herman cover this puck as Zach Manili gets involved a bit with Lucas, but cooler heads prevail. Tigers win the faceoff. Keeping it inside the line was Dixon. The freshman defenseman on for the first time tonight for Justin Glock. Manili. And the Indians work it back through center. Bradley. Cross ice to Brady Dixon. Sent right back in by Peters Township. Eam deflects it toward the Peters Township line. Caruso and Maeda paired out here for Chris Claxon. Maeda over the glove hand of Pompa. Carter Manili trying to move this puck forward for the Indians. Hardoby wins the battle and works it free to Caruso. Eam plays it back to center. Odie with a step on his man. Odie pulled down, and Herman covers this puck. I don't see either official raising an arm yet. North Allegheny fans understandably want a call there, but it doesn't look like we're getting one with under 6 to go in the first period. Music and McLean, the USA Hockey crew, pulling double duty in Warrendale tonight, working both contests. False face-off, so we'll do it again to Herman's right. Right off the draw, Herman has to make that save. Quick snipe by Ronan Gallagher. From the point, that's kicked out of there by Herman. Nate Fritz pulling the trigger. Fritz with it again, this time from the off wing. He'll miss up high. And Costa getting bowled over along the far boards as the Indians battle for this puck. Up to center it'll come, and it's sent the rest of the way by Carter Schaub, the freshman. Kovac in the corner, tied up by Fritz. Kovac wins the battle. Kovac out in front. It's loose and covered by Pompa. Now Kovac almost did get a goal after all for Peters Township. The Indians captain still looking for his first tally as a varsity Indian. LaMagna out to take the faceoff against Shearer. Shearer from one knee wins it. But it's turned over to Yossi. To the point for Monco. Cross ice Schleiper. Shearer puts the shoulder into LaMagna with under 5 to go in the period. LaMagna setting up Yossi for the game's only goal thus far. And Yossi will take this face-off. Speak of the devil against Shearer, the North Allegheny captain. He plays it to the corner. Leon Diamond in the right place at the right time defensively for the Tigers. And from center, it's sent right back in by Schleiper. Schleiper with the other assist on that Yossi tally earlier. LaMagna double team behind the Tigers' cage. Comes free to Yossi. To the point for Schleiper, near side Monco. Monco off a skate and off the stick of Pasquale. Ultimately, it's controlled by Meyer. The NA freshman over the attacking line from between the circles. Herman, that save. Herman looking for the rebound and seated upright. He has this puck for the Peters Township Indians. Well, the Tigers have certainly come out flying, but Anthony Herman having a big first season for Peters Township, continuing to keep the door on its hinges for the time being. That's sent wide of the glove hand of Herman by Dixon. Avancic. Looking for a path, turned it over to Eam. Mitchell from the high slot. Hand pass is called against North Allegheny. Clean face-off win by the Tigers. They send it back into the Indian zone. Lawati playing it to the boards. Out of action it'll come. 7 goals, 18 points coming in for Jake Lawati. His 11 assists ranked 3rd in Class AAA coming into Monday. He's already doubled last season's point total when he played varsity as a rookie under Chris Claxon, pardon me. Tigers with it. Oh, what a blocker save there by Herman. Somehow he gets across to deny Odie. From his knees, he'll make that stop. Noah Joyce unable to find an answer for NA. Joyce with it at center for the hosts. Off the glass, Maeda giving chase. Holleran from his own zone. Holleran flying up the boards. Holleran right wing, looking for company. None to be found. Mitchell takes it away, and up it'll come now to Joyce. Joyce dispossessed smoothly by Caruso. Holleran trying to reach for that puck. It'll be icing on the Tigers late in period 1. Well, we told you about our new TenbandTV platform on the Watch app earlier. Brian Mitchell and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest putting that platform to good use. He's out at Frozen Pond tonight. Lawrence County Sports Network and North Catholic Sports Network also on the air tonight, covering PIHL hockey on the TenbandTV family of channels. And we're glad you could be with us for this one. The penultimate PIHL Hockey Night Live of the 2025 calendar year. One more to go next Monday. We'll tell you about that later. In the meantime, a hand pass on the Indians. Shearer against LaMagna. This one belongs to LaMagna. Schleiper from the officials' crease. Bradley up the boards for NA. LaMagna ties up Shearer with his stick. Shearer gets rid of it to Bradley as he's pressured by Tommy Dowden. Final 2 minutes of first period play. Knocked aside by Herman. Yossi trying to get it out of there. Schleiper on one hand from behind his own net, trying to use the boards to his advantage. And eventually he does get it beyond the reach of Dowden. And this is going to be icing on the Indians. I thought that might have touched something as Peters Township got rid of it, but the voices that matter have spoken, and they say face off in Indians ice. Dorenzo sends it behind the Peters goal. Pasquale pinching. Around the boards it'll come. Indians force it back to the neutral zone. Pasquale gets it around Manili. Pasquale, when the Tigers in a delayed offside situation, that'll allow Zach Manili, the elder of the two brothers, to play this puck. Hardoby overskating. Pasquale from behind his own net for Fritz. for Gallagher. Gallagher got it as far as the Peters Township blue line before Zach Manili sent it right back in. Pasquale around off to Renzo. Again, Zach Manili getting that puck deep. Chris Claxton making a quick change with half a minute left in the period. Holleran on top of that puck to Maeda for Holleran. Holleran toward goal, and Avancic's stick was lifted by Pasquale. That was a good defensive play with Avancic looking for a tip in. 15 to go in the period. Fritz and the Tigers will perhaps have to just live to fight another day here as Maeda will get it inside the NA zone. 3 seconds left, and that'll do it for the first. The Tigers came out on the front foot, but the Indians got the game's first goal, and Peters Township leads North Allegheny 1-0 after one. I'm Matt Popchock. It's PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Steel City Spine.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score!
Steel City Spine and Orthopedic Center is your leader in advanced spine health and orthopedic services. Rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau, they specialize in minimally invasive spine surgery and innovative evidence-based treatments for various back and neck issues. With locations in Pittsburgh, McKees Rocks, and Washington, PA, comprehensive spine and orthopedic care is never far away. Visit steelcityspine.com to book your appointment or call 412-725-0283. The side switch has occurred, and the North Allegheny Tigers just miss their first goal of the night on the first shot attempted by either team in this second period. Brady Holleran counterattacking for the Indians puts it in on goaltender Drew Pompa, who covers for North Allegheny. First period shots on goal. Tigers with 12. Peters Township Indians with 6. Where it matters, 1-0 PT, thanks to Dom Yossi's second goal as a Peters Township freshman. Peters Township looking to win for the 5th time in their last 6 overall and avenge an earlier blowout loss at home to the Tigers in the process. Caruso near side for PT, to center for Avancic. Jake Lawadi behind the net. Lawadi out in front. Avancic had that dribble off his stick. It's off the side of the net, and the whistle sounds, and the net is dislodged behind goaltender Pompa. Not only could the Indians just not get a bounce on that scoring rush, but even if they did, it wouldn't have counted, as the net has to be readjusted behind the North Allegheny senior. Costa to center. Yossi beats Mitchell to the punch. Bradley trying to get it over to Eam. Eam colliding with LaMagna as he gets rid of that puck to Costa. Costa shrugging off LaMagna at center. Lost the puck to Dowden. Dowden 1 against 3, just going to cut his losses and dump it into the corner. Dowden taking it over near side now. Dropping to Schleiper. Schleiper cross ice for Monco. Monco off a skate. Schleiper upstairs and missing the crossbar. Now that puck just kind of took off on Schleiper, who had time to fire it. Odie in transition for NA. Off Herman's glove, it's available and cleared aside by Nick Caputo. Dowden again plays it to the corner. Indians go for a change. Two-line pass for Horniak, deflected to the corner. Monco, the Penn's Elite product, off a North Allegheny skate, and that's going to be too many men. So now the Peters Township Indians get their first penny power play of the night, leading 1-0 with 14:55 to the ice cut. Indians last in power play conversion, 14.8%. North Allegheny fourth on the PK at 81.2% as they contemplate who's going to serve this bench penalty. The Tigers en masse, just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Peters Township trying to capitalize. Caruso for Monco. Monco upstairs, it's secured by Pompa. And Dorenzo, it appears, will serve the penalty for NA. Peters Township on the penny power play, and they have this puck. Caruso cross ice for Lawadi. Jake Lawadi to the corner for Blake Avancek. Avancek. Cross ice for Monco, back to Avancek, who stumbled a bit but recovered. Avancek to Monco. Monco on goal. Good save there by Pompa to fight that puck off. Got some help from Diamond to clear the zone. Lucas with a shoulder up high on Caruso. Mitchell playing it back to his defenseman, and Diamond will get it the rest of the way one more time. Monco up to center, midway through the penny power play. LaMagna near side. Cross ice to a wide open Lawadi. Lawadi juggles that puck for a minute, and Joey Mitchell comes up with a steal. Mitchell has Odie going to the goal. Mitchell goes that way. Odie deflecting it on goal and nearly smashed it in. Herman has no idea where that puck is. And the net behind him is off its moorings, and officials are calling for a crease violation and a face-off outside Peters Township ice. NA scored 4 times shorthanded already as a team this year. That came in tied for the second most of all the teams in Class 3A. Very nearly had another. Herman deflecting that one to the corner. Schleiper out in front to Holleran. Holleran rejoining the Indians after a tour of duty with CompuWare, the AAA travel team based in Plymouth, Michigan. The U.S. National Development Program, by the way, also based in that part of Michigan. As the Indians working in front, Pompa from his knees trying to locate that puck. Fortunately for his sake, Costa has it. Costa coming back shorthanded in the final moments of this Indians power play. And Costa will play it out to Mitchell. Instead, it goes off a sea of red jerseys, and Holleran, with the teams back to full strength, advances it for Peters Township. His shot is blocked by Fritz. And he gets it back to center. Maeda will dump it. Dorenzo, 1 against 3. Good stick by Kovac. One of the Tigers lost an edge. That allows Barrett to get it up to Schaub. Schaub on the left wing. Hits the brakes, fires wide of goal. Long rebound comes all the way out to Horniak. Marcus Garcia, the junior, trailing the play, and the Tigers almost execute a backdoor play there to tie it, but Herman was ready. To the point it comes. And that looked like it actually went off the body of Dorenzo, if my eyes didn't deceive me. Diamond to the corner. Maeda near side for Schaub. Schaub off the glass. Kovac in pursuit for Peters. Diamond playing it against the grain. Schleiper from in front of his own blue line, off his own bench. Pasquale unable to emerge with the puck there. Indians have it. Manili from close range, his shot blocked. Shearer recovering for the Tigers defensively. Lucas tied up with Schaub, and a penalty coming up here. 11:18 to go in the second. Interference, the indication. And it's going to go against Peters Township. So Schaub, the only other freshman on Chris Claxon's varsity roster, has to sit. North Allegheny for the second time tonight on the penny power play. Shearer to the point for Costa. Interference to call on Schaub. And from the point, it's Mitchell. Caruso getting knocked from behind as Shearer takes over for NA. North Allegheny on the man advantage, trailing by a goal. Costa to Mitchell, side of the net. The pass too strong for Odie. Costa unable to find space. Odie through a crowd. That went wide of Herman. Rebound at the side of the net. Paging Mr. Herman. Mr. Herman. The former Baldwin Highlander called into action again. A minute 10 to go in the minor on Schaub. North Allegheny on the penny power play, looking to get that goose egg off the board here on home ice. Costa from in front of his own bench. Around a man, Costa with space. Costa fires! And Anthony Herman will hang on. Lawadi coming out here in a penalty-killing role now for Peters Township. Costa just able to keep that puck on side and does so once again. Near side Odie. Odie waits for the man to go down, but the man blocks it. That was Schleiper taking one for the team. Costa to Mitchell, trying to play it quickly to Shearer. Here's Odie. Odie couldn't pull the trigger. And that pass caught his stick in an awkward position. And the Indians didn't let him fire it cleanly as Mitchell reaches for this one, but to no avail. Lawadi counterattacking 1-on-2. Manili trailing the play. Manili trying to go to Lawadi shorthanded. And that pass is cut out by Shearer. Final seconds of this penny power play for NA, which will end with Monco just taking a couple more seconds off the clock. Shearer above the circle. Fakes. Catches up to that puck, feeds Odie. Odie try to beat Herman from an angle, nothing doing. Pasquale dispossessed from behind by Avancic, but Odie backs up the play and goes to Shearer in the corner with the teams back to equal strength. Carter Manili around the boards from Monco. Holleran interrupted by Garcia. Pasquale changing direction. Unlucky bounce there off one of the officials, and it goes up into the away bench out of action. How do you watch PIHL Hockey Night Live on 10-Band TV? Well, right now you could be watching on Watch. Yes, you heard me correctly. Log on to watch.10band.tv and watch multiple live games and on-demand replays all at once on our new platform. That's watch.10band.tv to watch your PIHL team the way the hockey gods intended. Midway through this second period and second game. Here at the Baierl Toyota Ice Complex, Peters Township 1, North Allegheny 0. DiRenzo over the line. Herman will slow it down and cover it up. Off the face-off, that puck coming off the skate of Caruso. LaMagna over the line. He's bumped off the puck by Diamond. Holleran generates the turnover. Holleran trying to center it. Oh, a save there by Pompa, and Pompa sliding across. Has that puck and shows us that he has that puck just for good measure. Drew Pompa just scrambling west to east to keep that one from going in and keep it a one-goal game for North Allegheny. And who's going to get this 50-50 puck? The Tigers do, and it's stabbed beyond the Peters Township bench by Lucas. Lucas up the right wing, fires off of Herman. Joyce from the left point. It bounces right to Schleiper, who plays it out of harm's way. Lucas in front, one-timer put wide. Meyer unable to get that puck on target. Schaub going after it for Peters Township. Kovac in pursuit now, but Joyce is going to get there first. Kovac reversing to Barrett. Barrett battling behind the net. Lost it to Shearer. Up at center, it's Odie. Odie, cross ice intended for Eam, broken up. Good read by Monco. Joyce near side. Sends it behind the Indians' goal. Schleiper. And Schleiper was about to break it out for Peters Township, but we have a whistle behind the play with Anthony Herman dusting himself off, so to speak. Justin Glock wants a fresh line out there for the face-off. And Herman will take his chances with another face-off as emotions boil over. Hardoby retaliating against Cian Gallagher, and we have some punches thrown and presumably some penalties coming up to at least one of these two teams, and likely both. Gallagher's going to go, it looks like, for NA. And we'll see who else does, if anybody. Gallagher continuing to plead his case as he repairs to the NA penalty box. And this might be the only call coming up here. .6:40 till the ice cut. Peters Township about to go to their second penny power play of the night, it appears. Chris Claxon, the Peters Township head coach, getting the explanation. And hopefully, before too much longer, we'll have one as well, as Justin Glock on the NA bench we'll get a brief talking to. And it is going to be a penny power play, but it's not going to be the Peters Township Indians with a penny power play. They're going to give North Allegheny the man advantage. They're going to say Ben Barrett picked up an extra minor penalty somewhere in that sequence of events. So the Tigers attack 5-on-4, looking for an equalizer late in the second period here. Lucas to Pasquale. Pasquale to Meyer, fanning on that shot for NA. Pasquale to Meyer. Pasquale on his backhand to Anthony Lucas. Cross ice, couple of Peters Township sticks in the way of that one, but the Tigers keep it inside the zone. Played in front. Sneaky little pass intended for Dorenzo, broken up by Lawadi, and Lawadi will get it back to center. Pasquale through center for NA. Tigers on the penny power play with time ticking away in the second period. Maeda to LaMagna. LaMagna going to take matters into his own hands and gets rid of it to Hardoby at the last second. Hardoby sends it out of play. And the scores table wanting to confer with officials about something before this face-off in North Allegheny ice. Drew Pompa watching this face-off play out to his right, making just his second career varsity appearance and second consecutive in lieu of number one Chris Costa. Up to center for Shearer it comes. Shearer with speed up the right wing. Good stick by Hardoby. Shot from an angle was denied by Herman and cleared by Monco. Last rush forthcoming for this Tiger power play. Final 5 minutes before the ice cut. Near side, it's Eam. Eam from distance. That one off the stick of Schleiper and out of action. And both these teams thrive upon playing these tight games where they just are patient and rely upon stubborn defense and strong goaltending. And interesting to see two teams that play that same style basically collide. And unsurprisingly, a low-scoring affair to this point, but a lot of time left. Fritz off the stick of Hardoby. Fritz off another Indian stick. trying to clear it as Schleiper. He can't. Dorenzo with a steal. It's off the glove of Manili, who hand passes it to himself. A legal play inside the defensive zone, and he helps Peters Township kill off the rest of the penalty. Fritz off a skate. It bounces right to Manili. And Carter Manili, the sophomore, will protect this puck to Monco. Monco gains the red line, sends it in. Peters going for a change. Stretch pass to Horniak. Horniak dispossessed by Caruso. Another home run pass, this time well beyond Yossi. And for some reason, icing is called. It looked plain as day to me, like Drew Pompa touched that puck. Now, this is a break for North Allegheny, quite honestly. I really thought that Pompa touched that one, but the point is moot as it comes off the stick of Meyer and outside the zone. Lucas trying to lead it for Shearer. Avancic goes the other way to Lawadi. Holleran in the traffic jam at center. Couldn't get past Lucas. Lucas for Shearer. Shearer's shot blocked partially by Maeda. Shearer, 8 points on his senior season as NA captain. Lawadi at the side of the net. Oh, a good save there by Pompa to deny Holleran. Near side Meyer. Holleran in transition for Avancic. Avancic pulls up, looks, fires off a stick. Indians work at it behind the net. Pasquale interrupting that centering pass attempt, and the net behind. Drew Pompa continues to have issues. Tigers work it out to center. Mitchell with speed over the line. Mitchell from an angle. That's off the side of the net. Final 2.5 of the second period. Dowden at center. Ahead for Yossi. Yossi off Dowden. It's deflected in front. Played away from the reach of LaMagna. Fighting off that puck and burying it. Off the deflection off of Pompa's glove is Tommy Dowden. The Indians take a 2-0 lead, and Sophie needs a snack. 2:20 to go, second period. Peters Township just honestly getting a very friendly bounce as Pompa was reaching back, trying to swat that puck away, and ended up swatting it right to Dowden, who slipped it in, and the Indians have some breathing room. Third of the year for the sophomore. Shearer behind the Peters net. Officially, it's Dowden from Monco. The defenseman's going to get the only assist. Another chance for the Indians late in the period. Caputo trying to center for Manili. The pass too strong. The Tigers have to regroup here before the ice cut as the Indians are trying to suddenly open the floodgates after this game was very tightly played for all of 32, 33 minutes thereabouts. Joyce from his own corner. Up for Shearer. Shearer leads the rush for North Allegheny. His draw pass off a Peters Township stick. Manili with it now, accompanied by Caputo. Manili offside with 67 ticks to talk. Schaub gets it deep for the Indians. Diamond watches the Indians play it behind the net. Odie up ahead for Eam. Eam chased by Caruso. That deflected off Caruso's stick. Maeda takes the loose puck from the corner. Pasquale with a turnover, but gives it right back to Peters Township. Caruso leads it for Barrett. Barrett around the boards with half a minute remaining. Barrett reversing to Schaub. Maeda from the point, shanked the attempted shot. Eam trying to lead it for Odie, and Herman at the last moment decides to cover. Near side Pasquale. It bounces toward goal. This puck's still available. Lucas trying to play it out in front. He can't with 6 seconds left. Dowden gets sandwiched. LaMagna flips it to center. That'll do it. And it's time to cut the ice at the Galaxy rink here inside the Baierl Toyota Ice Complex. Anthony Herman continues to look like his optimal self. The Peters Township Indians are looking for another road win. They lead the North Allegheny Tigers 2-0 after 2. Matt Popchock here for PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Steel City Spine.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
For the Indians, and he gets blasted by Kyle Lee. Now retaliating is Ross, and Ross took a penalty. Dom Yossi, the freshman, reverses the play, but turns it over in the process. It's loose from Mitchell. Mitchell's trying to settle it down and ram it in one motion, but Anthony Herman had other plans. LaMagna with it. LaMagna cross ice. Schleiper, pump of the save, rebound, score! Captain's gotta teach stuff, and it's Kovac. No, that's Dom Yossi, 19, not 16. Team plays it back to center. Odie with a step on his man. Odie pulled down, and Herman covers this puck. I don't see either official raising an arm. The NA freshman over the attacking line from between the circles. Herman, that save. Herman looking for the rebound and seated upright. He has this puck. Rookie under Chris Claxon, pardon me. Tigers with it. Oh, what a blocker save there by Herman. Their team in the second period. Brady Haller in counterattacking for the Indians. Puts it in on goaltender Drew Pompa, who covers for North Allegheny. Their side now. Dropping to Schleiper. Schleiper cross ice for Monco. Monco off a skate. Schleiper upstairs and missing the crossbar. Peters Township trying to capitalize. Caruso for Monco. Monco upstairs. It's secure for a minute. And Joey Mitchell comes up with a steal. Mitchell has Odie going to the goal. Mitchell goes that way. Odie deflecting it on goal and nearly smashed it in. Herman has no idea where that puck is. It's all the way out to Horniak. Marcus Garcia, the junior, trailing the play, and the Tigers almost execute a backdoor. His shot blocked. Shearer recovering for the Tigers defensively. Lucas tied up with Schaub, and a penalty coming up here. Unable to find space. Odie through a crowd. That went wide of Herman. Rebound at the side of the net. Paging Mr. Herman. Mr. Herman. Costa from in front of his own bench. Around a man. Costa with space. Costa fires. And Anthony Herman will hang on. Holleran generates the turnover. Holleran trying to center it. Oh, a save there by Pompa, and Pompa sliding across. Yossi off down, and it's deflected in front, played away from the reach of LaMagna. Fighting off that puck and burying it off the deflection off of Pompa's glove is Tommy Dowden.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Creating space. Ewan turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Ah, look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Steel City Spine and Orthopedic Center is your leader in advanced spine health and orthopedic services. Rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau, they specialize in minimally invasive spine surgery and innovative evidence-based treatments for various back and neck issues. With locations in Pittsburgh, McKees Rocks, and Washington, PA, comprehensive spine and orthopedic care is never far away. Visit SteelCitySpine.com to book your appointment or call 412-725-0283. Matt Popchock back here at the Baierl Toyota Ice Complex, looking out over the freshly cut sheet of ice at the Galaxy Rink as Period 3 is about to get underway on PIHL Hockey Night Live here on TenbandTV, presented by our friends at Steel City Spine. We're in the Steel City, all right, and the team in black and gold is going to have to show some spine to get back into this one. Peters Township up by a pair, and North Allegheny up against a team that's been playing some pretty solid defensive hockey. 8 goals allowed only by the Peters Township Indians in their last 5 games coming into tonight. And Anthony Herman pitching a shutout through 2 periods. 18 saves and counting. 6 North Allegheny shots in period 2, 9 Peters Township Indians shots in period 2. One of those produced the only goal of the period, Tommy Dowden. Brendan Monco setting up Dowden. Eam going down in the corner. LaMagna playing this puck. Pasquale at center. Eam recovers, tries to get it to Mitchell, but it's broken up by Monco. And Yossi takes the hit to get the puck the rest of the way. Diamond off a North Allegheny stick all the way back to Schleiper. Monco trying to stab it up ahead. It comes eventually to Yossi. Yossi to the corner. Bradley from behind his own net, almost a theft there by Lawadi. Bradley continues to play this puck and sends it deep finally for North Allegheny. Turned over to Meyer. Meyer between the circles. Meyer with space. Meyer on Herman, and Herman's got it. Somewhere in that equipment of his as Lucas is knocked down after the play is over. Well, if you've watched any hockey in Pittsburgh in the preceding 48 hours, you know that this game is not over by a long shot. But again, Herman continues to look sharp, and Peters Township, on their best day, they just have that way of making small leads seem like big ones. 15:30 to go for NA to find at least a pair. Holleran giving chase, but it matters not. Icing against the Indians. Shearer toward goal. Herman was ready for that one. Avancic dumping one of the Tigers nearly head over heels into the Peters Township bench. That was Costa taking that hit. Maeda cross ice for Caruso. Holleran takes the deflection and sends it behind the net beyond Lawadi. Shearer trying to reverse the play. He's hit from behind by Avancic. Avancic now going to work on Costa as the latter will play this puck for the Tigers. Dorenzo through center. Flanked by Meyer. Puck in the corner retrieved by Lawadi. Lawadi up the left wing. Drops it for Holleran. Holleran off a skate, and that deflected just wide of the NA goal. Costa plays it to the vacant wing. Holleran lets it deflect into NA territory. Bradley, stick check by Lawadi. Lawadi has to tag up now and does. Dorenzo Met by Manili along the half wall. Puck in front, right to Lucas Best. And it goes out of action. Now, next week, Matt Vandriak will be stepping in for me once again on PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV for our 2025 calendar year finale. We're headed down south, as they say, the Ice Castle. Been working on my Yinzer accent. It is Seneca Valley at Upper St. Clair, or so it will be in Game 1 at 7 o'clock next Monday. Again, that's December 22nd. And then a Class 2A contest between Norwin and Baldwin. A couple of teams trying to get their seasons turned around in the AA classification. And again, that's coming up next week at the Ice Castle on TenbandTV as Schaub from point blank is stopped by Pompa, and Pompa's save goes out of action. Garcia getting waved. Dorenzo losing the own zone face-off to Manili. Zach Manili sending it around the boards. And from the far side, it's put wide by Best. Schaub under pressure from Dorenzo. Schaub trying to build momentum as he comes around the boards up to center. Steal by the Tigers. Garcia to Horniak. Horniak lost his balance as he was trying to release that puck. Diamond floating it toward goal and wide of Anthony Herman. Manili unable to clear that puck aside. Diamond through a crowd. Best gets his stick in the middle of that sequence. Indians at neutral ice. Getting it the rest of the way. Kovac. Both teams changing on the fly. Diamond across two lines from Mitchell. He deflects it behind the Peters goal. Pasquale in front. Oh, deflected just wide by Mitchell. What a gorgeous goal that would have been, but Mitchell just couldn't put it on frame as the Indians are guilty of icing. Mitchell off the faceoff, stopped by Herman, and there is no rebound. Costa to the circle. Mitchell knocked off the puck. Costa, his centering pass broken up by Dowd. From distance, it's fired on goal by Dixon, and Herman has that puck smothered. Costa off the NA faceoff win. Around Lawadi, Costa through a crowd, lost the puck. Herman unable to cover, and now gets the whistle with the net behind him dislodged. North Allegheny with a third period push here, trying to keep this thing going in their last game of the first half of the 25-26 season for the Tigers. They'll return to action January 8th. Against next-door neighbor Pine Richland, a 9 p.m. contest that night. Peters Township has one more game, and they too will be at home. Next time, they'll take on Pine Richland. Next Tuesday at 7 at Princecape Arena, and that'll be their first half in the books. Both teams trying to stack as many points as they can before they go home for the holidays, and both teams have played themselves in a pretty strong position to start going into the second half of the season. Peters Township in a solid number 2 spot. NA trying to close the gap on that number 2 spot if they can find a way to come back here on home ice tonight. Shearer, left wing, behind the net. And again, the net behind Herman continues to have problems. And with as cold as it's been in Western Pennsylvania, and inside the building for that matter, you wouldn't think that would be the case. And it's not just cagey play by Herman, the Peters goaltender, either. That net seems to be legitimately just not staying on those moorings for one reason or another this evening. Icing on Peters Township. I used to think it was the Alpha Complex that always had the worst nets at staying on the moorings. Not that I ever kept score or anything. Caruso reversing the play, but right to one of the Tigers. That was Horniak. Horniak in there battling with Manili. Caruso involved as well. A lot of size out there for Peters Township. Looking for any physical edge they can get here on North Allegheny. Diamond knocked from behind by Hardobi. Dorenzo going D-to-D with Pasquale. Schaub shoving one of the Tigers up high. Garcia retaliating. Play continues with under 10 to go in regulation. Peters Township still up by a deuce. Caruso taking his time on the breakout. Indians in a delayed offside situation. Manili has to retreat under duress from Mitchell. He'll let it go to Best. Turned over to Eam. Eam for Mitchell. Shanked the shot. Odie to the corner. Indians clear it but not out. Good play by Eam. Best up the boards for Hardobi. Hardobi just wants to come off here for a change. Indians get fresh players out there quickly. Best from the corner. Avoids the check from Eam, but turns the puck over. Loose and collected by Avancic up to LaMagna. Shea LaMagna with space on the left wing. Cross ice. Shot. Score! Criss-cross applesauce to Jake Lawadi. And it's 3-0 Peters Township with 8:52 to play. Eighth of the year for the Peters Township sophomore. And he pulls right back into a tie with LaMagna for the team lead in points with 19. Lawadi had the game winner against Mount Lebanon last Thursday night. Costa thought about unleashing a slap shot, but then thought twice. Officially, it's Lawadi from LaMagna and Avancic. And Peters Township has opened it up a bit here in period 3, a 3-goal lead as we get a stoppage midway through the third period. And a pregnant pause before this face-off as both coaches are trying to rectify personnel here, and finally they get the mix they want. Manili wins the face-off from Mitchell. Schleiper around the boards and out of play. Mitchell off the draw. Mitchell off the blocker of Anthony Herman. Cross ice it'll come. Costa. That's loose and cleared away by Schleiper. It was sitting there for the taking. And Schleiper took it for Peters Township to keep the Tigers off the board. Manili is run off the puck by a couple of North Allegheny back checkers. Odie in the mix for NA. Mitchell turning it over to Holleran. Schleiper, cross ice. Yossi off a skate. Indians looking to perhaps land a knockout blow here, leading 3-0 late. From the boards, it's fired wide by Yossi. Schleiper has the rebound to Dom Yossi. Dowden with a shot that's fought off by Pompa. Tigers clear it. NA changing on the fly. Holleran sends this puck into Tiger territory. That pass thrown to the wrong shoulder of Dorenzo. Schleiper from behind his own net. Chased by the Tigers junior. And Peters Township now guilty of icing, with time ticking down in period 3. Off the boards it'll come. And played out to center before it's gloved down by Horniak. Caruso around the dasher. Sent right back in by NA. Dorenzo goes flying into the corner. Didn't see if it was Barrett or Maeda making that hit, but Dorenzo in any event appears to be all right as the Indians bring it back into North Allegheny real estate. Kovac. Double teamed by Dorenzo. And Dixon involved as well as Caputo wins the puck battle, but not for long. Dorenzo strong on that puck for NA. And Justin Glock wants to make another line change here. Kovac from distance. It'll be held and ushered along by goaltender Pompa. Taken away at center by Hardoby. Hardoby to the corner. Manili to Schaub. Odie able to clear the zone as we approach the final 5 minutes of regulation. No icing, says this USA Hockey crew. Best taken down with a knee. Herman thought there should have been a penalty there, but we play on. Lead pass. Just too many Tigers in the way for Hardoby to get to that one, but it won't be icing. And he's allowed to play this puck for Peters Township and does. Hardoby cross crease. A dangerous play there. Manili regains possession to Monco. Monco off a leg. Coming the other way is Odie. Cedric Odie to the goal. Score! Welcome to the park and ride. Cedric Odie will be your driver, and the Tigers finally find a way to get one past Anthony Herman, and it's a 2-goal game with 4.5 remaining. Fifth of the year for the North Allegheny junior.
North Allegheny goal, his 5th of the season, scored by number 57, Cedric O'Tay.
And for Peters Township, just the 9th goal they've allowed as a team in 6 games, including tonight. Pompa covers to his left. Now, a 3-goal lead, the way Peters has been playing of late, one would think in that situation you're done and dusted. But now things get a little more interesting, and still time to go, 4:11 remaining. Schleiper winning the faceoff, looking for a quick answer for the Indians, and nearly had one, but Pompa was well positioned. LaMagna going after this puck. It'll come to the corner. Diamond gets there for the Tigers. Ducking around the check is Pasquale. LaMagna on his backhand trying to feed Avancic. Avancic was offside. And LaMagna, upset about something, takes it out on Garcia. Garcia and Avancic exchanging pleasantries. Indians will get a fresh line out there for the faceoff, as will the Tigers, in a 2-goal game with 3:48 to go. Odie, the NA goal scorer, wins the faceoff on a turnover to Holleran. Holleran in tight, and Pompa makes a big save there to keep NA alive. Dixon off Peters Township skate. Diving back to get onside was Caputo. Maeda. Pompa without a goalie stick now. He lost it behind the NA net, and the Indians have the puck. That shot by Holleran blocked. Big play there by Mitchell, and here comes Odie the other way. Odie with space above the circle, around a man. Odie behind the net, wraparound try on Herman. Herman got over in time. Tigers with a little bit of hop after finally cracking the goose egg. Collision at center, chance for the Indians. Is it a goal? No, it is not. Pompa kept it out. The net came off, and Pompa kept that puck from crossing the line. Caruso, dejected, thought he had one, and for a moment, so did we. Caruso, like his teammate Shea LaMagna, also got his first career goal against this NA club. Pompa standing up, trying to make that play as it bounces all the way up to center for Anthony Lucas. Schaub taken down. Penalty coming up on the Tigers. Carter Schaub was low-bridged by Diamond, and Diamond's going to go off for tripping with 2:39 left in regulation. Now, if you're Peters Township, not imperative necessarily that you convert on this power play, but you just want to keep the puck deep, and this is 2 minutes left, 2 minutes less, that the Tigers have to rally. So you just want to work the clock, and I'm sure that's what Chris Claxon's telling his players right now. North Allegheny, conversely, a team that as we told you, has never been shy this year about pressing shorthanded, and they're going to have a chance to come back in this game with time ticking down. Peters Township on the penny power play as it's sent through center. Costa is able to maneuver it around Lawadi. Avancic from the neutral zone resetting. Caruso over the line. Caruso in front of those NA senior banners to the point for Manili. Near side, Avancic plays it off the bounce. Monco right off the blocker hand of Drew Pompa. Avancic toward goal. Baierl! Baldier Sensei, Blake Avancic goes bar down on the penny power play, and that should just about do it. Fifth of the season. Peters Township 4, North Allegheny 1. Collision in the corner between Yossi and Gallagher. Avancic, with a multi-point game now with a goal and an assist in this third period alone. And the Indians seem to be on their way. Gallagher taken down, penalty coming up on Peters Township. Pompa not quite able to get off for the extra attacker in time, but as the terrestrial clock strikes 11 here at the Baierl Complex, the Tigers will try to strike on special teams to at least make the margin a little bit more respectable with 1:15 to play. Costa, Mitchell cross ice. Oh, Odie with a grade A chance there and just put the one-timer wide as Herman knocked the net off trying to make the save. Great puck movement by the Tigers to begin their penny power play. Costa without a stick as the Indians clear it. Mitchell up to Shearer. Shearer from the corner, dropping for Costa. 40 to go in the game. That save made by Herman, and the rebound comes all the way back to center. Mitchell off the skate of Odie, conveniently it comes right to Eam. Odie trailing the play, good stick there by one of the Indians in front. That was Hardoby. Under 20 to go. Schleiper chases this puck down in the corner. And Shearer and the Tigers are going to see time run out on their final game of the first half of 25-26. Anthony Herman's first Peters Township shutout will have to wait. But an impressive performance in goal nevertheless. 24 saves and some big ones early on to weather the storm and give the Indians a chance to win this hockey game, which they eventually do. The final score, Peters Township 4, North Allegheny Tigers 1. Indians victorious now in 5 of their last 6, heading into their final game before the holiday break. They've got 28 points. NA remains on 20. Peters remains in second. NA remains in third. Thank you, Ethan Stewart. Thank you, Kennedy Kazarowski. Thank you, Dave Fryer. Thank you, Todd Kazarowski back at World Headquarters. Thank you for watching and listening throughout the 2025 calendar year. I'll say that since this is my final broadcast on PIHL Hockey Night Live for the calendar year. Again, Matt Vandriak will join you next Monday night. And since it is, I'll just remind you all to be kind this holiday season. We're all fighting battles that other people can't see, so be kind, take care of each other, look after each other, because we want to see you all happy and healthy and mentally healthy when we see you back in 2026 for more PIHL Hockey Night Live. And if you are watching this, you are loved and appreciated. I'm Matt Popchock, and that is all she wrote from Warrendale. Again, the Indians take it from the Tigers 4-1. Have a great holiday, Pittsburgh, and we'll see you on the other side of the calendar for more PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Steel City Spine.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
For the Indians, and he gets blasted by Kyle Leem. Now retaliating is Ross, and Ross took a penalty. Dom Yossi, the freshman, reverses the play but turns it over in the process. It's loose for Mitchell. Mitchell trying to settle it down and ram it in one motion, but Anthony Herman had other plans. LaMagna with it. LaMagna cross ice. Schleiper, pump of the save, rebound, score! Captain's gotta teach stuff, and it's Kovac. No, that's Dom Yossi, 19, not 16. Team plays it back to center. Odie with the step on his man. Odie pulled down, and Herman covers this puck. I don't see either official raising an arm. The NA freshman over the attacking line from between the circles. Herman, that save. Herman looking for the rebound. And seated upright, he has this puck. Rookie under Chris Claxon, pardon me. Tigers with it. Oh, what a blocker save there by Herman. Their team in the second period. Brady Holleran counterattacking for the Indians. Puts it in on goaltender Drew Pompa, who covers for North Allegheny. Their side now. Dropping to Schleiper. Schleiper. Cross ice for Monco. Monco off a skate. Schleiper upstairs and missing the crossbar. Peters Township trying to capitalize. Caruso for Monco. Monco upstairs. It's secured for a minute. And Joey Mitchell comes up with a steal. Mitchell has Odie going to the goal. Mitchell goes that way. Odie deflecting it on goal and nearly smashed it in. Herman has no idea where that puck is. It's all the way out to Horniak. Marcus Garcia, the junior, trailing the play, and the Tigers almost execute a backdoor. His shot blocked. Shearer recovering for the Tigers defensively. Lucas tied up with Schaub, and a penalty coming up here. Unable to find space. Odie through a crowd. That went wide of Herman. Rebound at the side of the net. Paging Mr. Herman. Mr. Herman. Costa from in front of his own bench. Around a man. Costa with space. Costa fires. And Anthony Herman will hang on. Holleran generates the turnover. Holleran trying to center it. Oh, a save there by Pompa. And Pompa sliding across. Yossi off Dowden. It's deflected in front. Played away from the reach of LaMagna. Fighting off that puck and burying it. Off the deflection, off of Pompa's glove is Tommy Dowden. Finally, for North Allegheny. Turned over to Meyer. Meyer between the circles. Meyer with space. Meyer on Herman, and Herman's got it. Loose and collected by Avancic up to LaMagna. Shea LaMagna with space on the left wing. Cross ice. Shot. Score! Monco off a leg. Coming the other way is Odie. Cedric Odie to the goal. Score! Welcome to the park and ride. Cedric Odie will be your driver, and the Tigers find Odie, the NA goal scorer, wins the faceoff on a turnover to Holleran. Holleran in tight, and Pompa makes a big save there. Tigers with a little bit of hop after finally cracking the goose egg. Collision at center. Chance for the Indians. Is it a goal? No, it is not. Pompa kept it out. To make that play as it bounces all the way up to center for Anthony Lucas. Schaub taken down. Penalty coming up on the Tigers for Manili. Near side of Onsick plays it off the bounce. Monco right off the blocker hand of Drew Pompa. Onsick toward goal. Baierl! Bow to your sensei, Blake Onsick. Eventually do the final score. Peters Township 4, North Allegheny Tigers 1. Indians victorious now in 5 of their last 6.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.